So you already know the hype around OpenClaw ClawdBot, and you also wish to deploy and use it for your personal use. But instead of buying a Mac Mini or dealing with complex server setups, you can deploy it on your own existing VPS using Koolify in very easy step. Look at my Koolify dashboard here. I am running ClawdBot, my website, and a backend app, all in just one server using Koolify. So I don't have to buy multiple hosting plans. If I talk in short about Koolify, then Koolify is basically a self-hosted alternative to Vercel and Render. You can call it a platform as a service. This also run on some server, and you need a VPS server to deploy Koolify. And once you deploy it, it will have a app store, like your personal app store, where you can deploy multiple apps. So you don't need to pay for multiple servers to run this. If you want to learn what Koolify is in more detail and how to set up Koolify, you can watch my Koolify playlist given below. So in this video, I will show you how to deploy OpenClaw or ClawdBot in your own infrastructure with Koolify. Before you start the tutorial, if you need any help installing Koolify or OpenClaw, or if you need a VPS server setup, you can book a call with me. This kind of setup needs a proper step-by-step guidance so you don't make any mistakes. I can really help you with that, so you can book a call with me using the link in the description. Now let's get started with the tutorial. You can see that I'm inside my Koolify dashboard here. As you can see, I already have 3 existing projects. As I said, you don't have to buy a new VPS hosting just to deploy OpenClaw. You can use your existing VPS server with enough storage. So I'm going to install OpenClaw here right now. To install OpenClaw, you need to go to projects on the Koolify dashboard. From the projects, click on add and then name the project. Okay, I will name it something like ClawdBot here. Then I'll click on continue. Now we need to add a resource here. If you have seen other videos, most people go to Amazon AWS and then other servers and go to the terminals, run many commands. They need to install all of those, right? But you don't have to do all of those things here. You just need to click on add resource on Koolify. After clicking on it, just search OpenClaw. For example, I'll search here OpenClaw. As you can see, I type OpenC and I got the OpenClaw as an application. So I will just select OpenClaw from here. Now I need to deploy it. But before I deploy it, I'll give it a name to this service. I will change it to ClawdBot. Now we have to change the domain here as well. As you can see, domain is very complicated here. We are just going to click on the domain section. It will give you a warning that the port 8080 is required. But it's basically the internal Docker system. You exactly don't need that 8080 port here because we already have a HTTPS. Koolify will provide HTTPS with SSL security if you have connected your domain. So simply write HTTPS and your subdomain. You have to make sure that you already have your domain connected with Koolify. To make sure your domain is connected with Koolify, you need to watch my video where I have shown how to connect your DNS record and set up entire Koolify from the start. So you can find the link in the description of this video. If you don't know how to connect, let me tell you in short. You have to go to your hosting or HPanel. Then if you go to your SSH root access of the VPS, you will find your VPS IP address. Copy this address and go to your DNS management system and create an AR record and paste this IP address and save it. Then you will come to Koolify and add your domain there. Then you will all set up. After adding your domain, now you need to add the subdomain to ClawdBot. So here I will add HTTPS, right, cloudbot.prototools.in. Prototools domain is my domain name, right, and I have added a subdomain ClawdBot here, as you can see. After adding the domain, I'll click on save. You can see that I'm not including any 8080 port here. Then I'll click on save. When I click on save, it gives me a warning. So I'll just click I understand and remove the port anyway. So now you can see that it's saved. I can go back now and deploy it right now. Okay, now I'll click on deploy and you can see that it will start downloading all the necessary dependencies, requirements, and it may take some time to download all of those things. So you need to wait for a moment. So, okay guys, so now you can see that our container has started. Our Koolify instance has started here. So I can close this window. Now you can see that here one thing, it is degraded or unhealthy. It means it's properly not deployed, something is missing here. There is a reason behind that. Okay, let me tell you. Even if I try to open it, it will show that no server available. The main reason that we have not connected the brain of OpenClaw, which is an AI model. We need to connect an LLM model so it can perform and activate and it get its brain. To connect the AI model, you need to go to environment variables. This AI brain is really important. OpenClaw only works if it is a brain. So we can connect any LLM model to act as its brain. For OpenClaw, Anthropic model is the best because it can do agentic work very precisely. You can also use Gemini or OpenAI models. If you check properly, you'll find the Anthropic key variable. Then you'll find Gemini key variable. Then you'll also find OpenAI key variable. Previously, when I installed OpenClaw inside Koolify, the OpenAI API key was not there. I think they have updated this recently. So now in the environment variables, we need to look for 2 things. First is the OpenClaw primary model. The second is the OpenAI API key or Anthropic API key, whatever. You need to put them here. Like I will click on Control App and I'll search for primary. And you can see that OpenClaw primary model is here, right? The variable. So I need to paste the value here to the variable. It should be written in this format, right? Provider slash model name in this way. For example, if you are using Anthropic, it should be Anthropic slash Claude 3.5 Sonnet or whichever model you want to use. If you are using OpenAI, it should be OpenAI GPT-4 or Mini or whatever model you want to use. I am going to use OpenAI model because it is cost effective. If I go with Anthropic model, I need to buy credits and it's not cost efficient. You can also use Gemini model. That's a good alternative and more cost efficient than OpenAI. I have OpenAI, so I am going to use the OpenAI model. So as you can see, I pasted OpenAI GPT-4 Mini here. This is now the OpenClaw's primary model. Now we need to put the OpenAI API key. So I'll simply find OpenAI API key using the control app and you'll see OpenAI API key. We need to paste it here. I will go to my OpenAI platform. You can see that I'm already inside OpenAI API key section. You just need to create an account to OpenAI. It's very easy steps. Now I will create an API key here, right? So in the API section, I will click on create new secret key. I will name it ClawdBot 1, right? And then I will click on create secret key. Once it is generated, I will copy the secret key from here, go back to Coolify and paste it in that place. Once it is pasted, we are done with these two requirements, right? That is pasting the two environment variables. Now the most important thing is to save it. Do not exit without saving it. So click on update to make sure everything is gets updated. I need to update OpenAI API key and OpenClaw primary model. I did not save them earlier, so it's important to update them now. So now I will update each of these variable values. So as you can see, I updated both values. Now it's updated. We'll to deploy it again. Otherwise, it will not work. Coolify also says that to redeploy. So I will click on restart. It will get restarted and you can see in the logs, right? All the steps. Okay, it started. Now I will open it. I'll click on the links and then I'll open the link in the new tab. It is showing some problem. It's basically not opening. We may need to give it some time. It will definitely open. It's not a big deal. Everything is running healthy as you can see. So there should not be any problem, right? Everything is green here as you can see. So actually I took a pause to figure out what problem was there. And finally I found what actually there was problem. So there was no problem with OpenClaw or Coolify. The problem is that I made one mistake. In the domain here I wrote Pro Tools. It should be Proto Tools, not Pro Tools. My domain is prototools.in. I need to replace Pro with Proto. So I will do that. After that I will click on save. Now I need to restart it again. Otherwise it will not reflect there. So I will again restart. Now it will work 100% sure. So the container is created and it's starting as you can see. Now it's finished. So it started. So I'll close this window. Now I'll open ClawdBot from the link section. Finally, it says that server not available, but I think it will work right now because I just connected the domain. It will take some time, but it will work for sure. So I will open it again. Okay, you can see that now a pop-up appears on the browser asking for logging in. Basically, you need to enter your auth username and auth password to log in. We have to go back to Coolify to find them. Go to the environment variables again and search for auth. You will see that auth username, service user OpenClaw and auth password, service password OpenClaw. So we need to go back to these variables, that is service user OpenClaw and service password OpenClaw. So first I'll go to service user OpenClaw and I will copy the assigned username, or you can say the value from there, and I'll come back to here on the pop-up and then I'll paste it. Now I need to service password. So I'll go back to service password OpenClaw, right? I'll search that and I'll copy the assigned value and then I'll come back here and I'll paste it into the pop-up. Then I'll click on sign in and save this password right in my browser. Now you can see that we're on the OpenClaw dashboard and this is the most interesting thing here. Now you can see that it says disconnected. So you don't have to worry about that. It just means that we need to connect the gateway. I will go to overview section here and click on connect, but it fails to connect. So we need to change the gateway token here. I'll go back to Coolify for the gateway token. I will look for the service password 64 gateway token because that is what we required. Once I find it, I'll copy the value, right, and come back to OpenClaw and simply paste it here. After pasting it, I will click on connect and yes, you can see that it is connected now. It's showing green. Okay, now let's chat with our OpenClaw agent. Let's go to the chat and in the chat box, I'll say hi. After a couple of seconds, I got a response. Hey, how can I assist you today? Since we got a response, which means it's working. Now, one thing to make sure that your auth password and auth username are not visible to anyone. Otherwise, people can access it from any browser, right? This is just a heads up, remember that. Now we can connect different channels here like Telegram, WhatsApp, right? So we can remotely access ClawdBot and make it work for us. You just have to go to the channel section here and then you start connecting them. If you want, I can create another video how to connect Telegram with OpenClaw hosted on Coolify. This will have a different settings. It's not like you just go to OpenClaw and connect to Telegram. Here you need to add Telegram API key in the Koolify and environment variables. There are some other settings as well. If you want, I can make another video on it. That's all for this video. You can see that how easily we can install OpenClaw or ClawdBot inside Koolify within just few steps. Even if you need help deploying Koolify or OpenClaw, right, you can watch my tutorial that I have, and also you can book a call with me. That will really going to help you, because I can guide you step by step what are the things you should do. Right, so that's all for this video. If you have any question, then definitely you can drop in the comment section.